But you don't look sick.
But you don't look sick. But you don't look sick. But you don't look sick. But you don't look sick. But you don't look sick, yeah. But you don't look sick.
But you don't look sick.
But you don't look sick. The thing I like about walking around here is the fact that there's a slim chance of meeting people where I have to string sentences together and come across as normal, and maybe I do come across as normal on camera, but there's a lot of dizziness. It's like having a head that feels like a fishbowl, kind of that way you feel when you've got a flu and your head's like stuffed, really heavy. Every movement is like, yeah, just I guess like a flu-like exhaustion. But I know that fresh air and a bit of movement can help clear out some inflammation, so I do take myself out if I can. The past week has been difficult, and the dogs here have only really been out in the garden, and I've had a friend help out with some walks. When I do get out, it don't mean that I'm having a good or great day. It can mean that I've really had to build myself up to that, and if I've got anything else on that day, like I really need to pace it, go home, hydrate more, build up energy to cook and eat, and then do whatever else I need to do. But of course I want to get across that this is not to sound like a moan, it's just really to give a realistic impression of what it can be like when you have managed to get out and about and not completely the usual way that I feel a normal person would be. I feel like if they had these kind of symptoms and feelings, then they would probably not go out and not socialise or talk to anyone. But we learn to build up a tolerance to it. My theory is that sometimes that dizziness, the brain fog, is part of inflammation being quite high in your system. And although I've tried real hard to have an anti-inflammatory diet, I'm vegan, I add in quite a lot of anti-inflammatory substances like spices, herbs, peppermint teas, green teas, no caffeine, no alcohol, obviously no meat, no animal products, no dairy, very little gluten, yet complete borathon that I am, and yet I'm having to suffer the consequences still of grade 4 endometriosis. I have been considerably worse since the second vaccine. Whether you want to tie that up or not, I'll leave that to you. But I feel that maybe the inflammation needs movement, so you can be trying as much as you want in your diet, but you really need to move that out your system as well, and that can mean that you have to get out, get the lungs working, get the circulation going, and getting the muscles moving just to shift the lymph and help drain it out. So if you can, push through it in a loving way, not in a beating yourself up, you're pathetic, you shouldn't be resting kind of way, but in a way where if you need to forfeit things like being presentable, forfeit getting washed, just throwing clothes on, forfeit not doing your hair, not doing your makeup, forfeit being presentable or being at your best if you bump into anyone. These are the things that you learn through a journey with your health that you have to negotiate with. It's a bit like negotiating with the devil or something. It's like, okay, I see you're not going to go away, so I'm going to have to strike a deal with you. So yeah, do a deal with your devil and try and find a way to live together, but with the notion that freedom is still available to you, and you're just building up a wee bit like hatching a plan to escape an abusive relationship. Building a wee plan and knowing that recovery is not impossible and that you have to stay committed to your cause. So yeah, that's my wee ramble for today. And this is my magic field